Yo, welcome to another video, guys. Today I'm going to give you 5 teams to destroy Giants GB12 using only a single Melia. I know some of you still don't have it. Now before I do, guys, I just want to apologize. I've actually had this content ready for a long time, but I was working with a sponsor. But I decided that instead of shoving sponsored content down your throat, today's sponsor of the video will be the like button and the subscribe button. Do me a favor, slap those around a little bit till they turn blue and red, and let's go. So first and foremost, guys, this is normally what you would be running. Team number 1, we are going to be using the Triana, guys. Yes, Triana. She is unviolent. Now, the reason she works is really what's going to make you fail is the next wave coming up. Now, here as well, she provides immunity. She can cleanse you. Just like that, she can cleanse the tattoo, which is very important. Now, because we don't have that many dots, it might take a little longer, as you can see here, but trust me, it's still pretty fast. As you'll see, to be honest with you, this actually averaged about a minute 15. I did about 600 runs with each and every one of these teams. Like I said, I actually have had this ready for a while. So again, my apologies for not getting it out sooner. But here we go. Perfect scenario. The Lucian almost died, but had it died, it would have given the Triana another turn. Therefore, cleansing, healing, all that good stuff. But it just allows you to survive long enough. And even here too, we did take some damage on the other stage, but we were able to kind of just heal up once we got to this one. And this is actually going to be one of the slowest runs, it looks like. It definitely goes a lot faster sometimes, but it's okay. I'm just going to show them. I'm not going to show 10x runs on everything. We'll be here forever. But you'll notice we will get enough dots. And the Triana, even with the defense breaks here, this is why she works as well. Had we gotten defense breaks and he killed anything, she's gonna leave. She's gonna live, and so will the Melia. And with the dots already on there, it should be enough. So even then, 132 is the average. I'm sorry, 132 was the time here. Again, a minute 15 average with this team. Now, another team you can use is very simple. You take out the Triana, you put in the Homunculus, and I'm going to show you the Homunculus build as well when I go over all of the runes. So the key to this team though is to get as far as getting like faster times, is get the Homunculus kind of illusion. That way he's going to do some splash damage, and I'm just telling you, just from watching it a few times, the Lucian definitely does amp more whenever there's been some splash damage as opposed to when there isn't. But this right here, that absorb, it really helps. It allows the Homunculus to gain 2 turns, and as you saw, he's on despair. But it allows him to get 2 turns during that wave and possibly stun and or just apply enough dots. Now guys, I don't think I've ever seen a run this fast, but this is, I guess, as fast as it can get. To be honest, not all runs are that smooth with it, and obviously I'm using illusion that can one-shot the waves, which I know some of you may not have, so we're going to take him out now for the next team. The previous team's average was actually about a minute 10 with the Lucian and the Homie, okay, just so you know. And now we're going to put in the Veromos. Veromos recently got buffed, and right away you saw him use that skill too, therefore stunning, and that's really what helps in those trash waves. Now, on top of that, he also does a dot with his skill 1, and not to be forgotten, he does have a really nice HP leader skill, which allows your units to be so much tankier, be able to take a beating, and yeah. Now this is probably the slowest team out of all of them, just because the resistance is real. As you saw, we weren't landing any of the dots here, but we're still fine. We definitely, as long as we get enough dots, it's fine. Now look at that perfect example on the Homunculus with the despair, with one of the crystal stun. This wave should be no problem at all. And even though we're all frozen ourselves, we're gonna get through it no problem. But on top of that, in this next coming stage, you're gonna see the Veromos. Obviously, the defense breaks sometimes come out, right? And that's what can kill you sometimes. So the Veromos will actually get rid of them now. he gains enough attack bar, and look at this. I mean, we're not landing any dots. So there's the defense breaks, and now we've got the slow, and we've got plenty of dots, and then it's GG. But either way, had we not gotten that many dots or whatever, the Veromos would have cleansed that defense break. Now this one, I think the average was a minute 35, to be honest with you, on a 10x run. But again, pretty safe. Very free to play friendly team here. So next team, it's actually using the ping. So the ping actually brings us a nice crit rate leader skill, allowing the Homunculus to crit some more, maybe the Melia, whoever, but just a little extra damage, right? But it really just takes the place of a second Melia, because as long as we can have dots on there, just like that. Okay, it got resisted, of course, but it's gonna elongate them. Now you notice we didn't land that many dots, but we're still not in trouble here. Those 3-turn dots are very nice. We should be able to get through this no problem. And she does do dots herself. So one violent proc from the tattoo here will indeed kill this mid boss. This run is looking pretty slow, but we should be fine. See, there we go. Now we got so many dots. These dots are probably just going to be enough to kill him once he moves, just like that. And again, you do need the Homunculus here for this wave. That's what makes the ping safe, because the Homunculus is the one that makes it safe during the waves. And as long as you can clear the waves, then the ping works just fine as a second Melia replacement. So on top of that, well, you'll see at the boss. Now it doesn't go that bad. This is probably just not the greatest run that we're looking at. But here, again, you know, right there, boom, and obviously violent, guys. And once you get enough dots, it's GG. Even here, now that we have enough dots, if for some reason this thing were to kill the tattoo, you got the Homunculus, really. So it's a combination of ping and the Homunculus that are going to make this pretty safe. Now this was actually really slow compared to the average. The average on this team ran about a minute 19, guys. About a minute 19. The resistance was real on that one. This final team, guys, it really doesn't matter what you put in there in the Lucian slot. I'm gonna run the Lucian because it just looks better. We get the leader skill, but you can run the Homunculus, obviously, and your Lucian should not need to one-shot here, but obviously it's faster if it does. But right there, you see how it works. You got the Melia moving first, and that's the key. After the Melia moves, the Tian will always resurge, no matter what, especially because, unless there's some healing involved, but as you are going to the initial wave, it's always going to have the resurge. It's only a 2-turn cooldown, just like that, you see? Now, obviously, on the next turn, if it does get another turn, it might heal, and also it's got the revive. It's got the revive, so that's what makes this team very safe. Now, you notice there, because the Melia is not on violent and we don't have initial dots, it does take a little longer for the Melia to kind of apply those dots, because she does more dots as dots are already on, right? But I mean, you see here, it doesn't matter. It's GG. You will get plenty of dots. Now my Melia is on Swift, and so is the Tian. You could actually just invest some fast violence sets, and it would be so much better, to be honest with you. So when I show you the fast Swift Melia, don't think you have to build a Swift Melia. Violent will work. You use some of those bad violent rules who kind of just triple roll to speed and have really bad substats otherwise. And there you have it. These are the 5 teams, guys. But I am going to show you all the runes of everything I used here, because if not, you guys are going to just drop so many comments about show the runes, blah blah blah. But speaking of, do me a favor, drop a comment for the YouTube algorithm. Let me know which team you decided to go with. Now, I know a lot of people say go double will and shield. For this to work with only one Melia, I highly suggest you go violent on the tattoo, because one violent proc, she can get this skill, this incinerate back, and save you 10 to 20 seconds. Maybe probably more like 10 on the boss or the mid boss. Same thing with the Soth. Now I'm running fights on the offsets on those two. That's so that the Lucian can one-shot the waves. If yours Lucian can't, then you want to run shield. So this is the Swift Melia, okay? With Swift Melia, you do run a Swift Melia. It really doesn't need to be this fast. You just need enough of a gap between the Melia and the tattoo so that when the Tian resurges, The tattoo is not at 100% attack bar, so the Melia does actually move twice. And the tattoo again, swift right after it. So this is the Lucian that does indeed clear the waves. I know he's not 100 crit, but against the golems he is. And even if he misses a crit on the crystals, normally it's fine. We should have no problem. So these are kind of the stats you need to one-shot waves if you need to. Alright, and here are the rest of the units. You just want her tanky to survive at the boss. You could put her on like crit rate or crit damage if you can afford it, or if you already run her like that. The Veromos himself, he actually is not good for this with this amount of accuracy. That's probably why I kept getting resisted with the boss, but it still worked like that, guys. So this is my normal Veromos. He's on crit damage, but I would suggest speed, HP, and accuracy maybe, or speed attack accuracy. And the Ping though, I really like her on crit damage. She does okay, but accuracy is a must. Again, I was running this a little below accuracy, so she may miss something. Make sure you get 85 accuracy on her. And this is the Violent Melia. Again, you notice the shield offset. The shield offset is really what I recommend on her, on Tattoo, and on Sath. Violent shield on all of them. And you'll notice this one doesn't have any skill ups. So, and then this guy though is very important. If you're going to run the Homunculus, he's very good. I do like Despair Focus. You get that extra accuracy. Try to get him to 85 as well. And this is the build you want. You want Fluctuate, and then you want the Absorb, guys. It's really key. I really suggest you take the Absorb on your second skill, and then obviously the dots on the skill. So there you go. Make sure you destroy that like button for the YouTube algorithm, as I just showed you how to destroy Giants B12 using only what Melia. If you didn't know, now you know. You know.